This isn't just a story about what we did. It's about connection, kindness, and the small acts that bridge worlds. We sailed here expecting to stay only a few days, but the days slipped quietly into weeks because we quickly realized we were part of something rare. This place is shaped entirely by the people who call it home. Their hands, their stories, their traditions. No tourist activities, just one family living simply between sea and forest. This is one of the many islands scattered through the Maskelynes in Vanuatu. It's a home to just a handful of people where daily life follows the tides, the seasons and the weather. A way of life that is quiet, effortful and full of purpose. It's Sunday and it's very quiet here, no fishermen out. One canoe is missing there because there's normally three, but gosh, it's so beautiful and peaceful.
Could you catch me up here? Tell me what you.
This island is small and life is gathered close to the shore. The path from the beach to the village winds through pandanus, coconut palms and thick forest. We're just on the windward side now of the island. The village is on the windward side and we asked why that was. We're told it's because they want the wind. The wind keeps them healthy. We keep stopping and showing you the scenery, so excuse us, but this is just amazing.
It's just stunning.
Beautiful.
It also feels very nice because it's shaded from the sun. But this beautiful trade wind breeze coming through. It's like perfect day.
So we've woken up in the Maskelynes and it was a very still and calm night. So it's a grey day, a little bit of rain, but it's very, very warm and we've just spotted a fisherman. It is very nice to be here, very calm. It's very calm. The chief paddled out to meet us, his canoe gliding across calm, bright blue water. We talked. He asked about our journey. We asked about his island. Later we rowed ashore where he was waiting at the water's edge. We followed him along narrow paths, the air rich with the scent of wood smoke from cooking fires and the damp earth beneath the trees. Every so often he'd pause to point out something, a tree used for weaving mats, a patch of sweet bananas, a bird call in the distance.
Yeah, yeah. We used to weave mat baskets.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to Port Village, sometimes they can sell in the markets.
Okay.
Yeah.
What was it, a crab? Oh,
Yeah.
Just about got it.
just missed it.
Really?
Just where that leaf is
Oh, yeah.
in the hole. Do you catch the crabs?
Yeah, we eat the crab.
They must have been tasty.
Yeah, it's similar like mud crab,
Okay.
lobsters.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're
Lovely. Are they coconut crabs?
No, the white
No,
crab.
the white crabs. Yeah.
White crabs.
White
But
crabs.
coconut crabs we have here, but not too many.
Yeah.
The walk took 10 minutes. When we reached the village, life was unfolding at its own pace. Do you build your own houses?
Yeah.
Yeah, from bamboo?
Yeah, from bamboo. And special is tats. We call tats. Just a special roof.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a flax.
Yeah, it's not bananas. It's not coconut,
Yeah,
but it's special for housing.
beautiful. And how long would it take you to build this?
No, just when you have to prepare everything just for one day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you can put it up in
Yeah,
one day.
yeah.
Yes.
need to wait for bamboo just for one day. If you prepare everything, yeah, you can build one day. Yeah.
And does this stop all the rain?
Yeah.
Lovely. How do they get the different colours?
They buy in pot filler.
Yeah.
Yeah. They just come and boil. You see the girl you're doing?
Yes.
Yeah. She boil and throw the bananas in and it makes color.
Wow.
But at the moment, this is almost, it's like the white.
Wow.
They just put the
yes.
color to make.
Yes. It's very beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
And is this for sitting on?
Yeah,
Nice.
sitting. It's famous, but now it's getting old.
Oh, I
Yeah.
see.
Yeah.
So you lay it all down.
Yeah.
Wow. And when you sleep, do you sleep on this?
Yeah. Moment we use the one.
Yeah. And do the family sleep together?
Yeah.
Wow. It's beautiful.
We just make a room, we just put everything on, then we just put a mat on the room, then people lay on.
Yes. Wow. And do you have blankets?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have so blankets. Yeah.
Yeah. Interesting. It's very pretty. How long does it take to make?
No, just for one day.
One day.
One day.
Yeah.
Many people are doing that. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe they make 5, 6.
No one stopped what they were doing. Children carried bundles of firewood. Life simply carried on, and somehow that was the welcome.
We did some cool snorkeling, and then we saw the guy that's going to take us to have a look at the garden.
Malakula.
And we were way out in the middle of the channel snorkeling. And he'd come early, a couple of hours early, so that's fine. So now we're just changing, next activity, getting changed. We're going to eat some dodgy banana bread and put some clothes on and go and have a look at this garden.
The chief's brother took us into the forest to see one of the gardens. To reach them, they row across the bay.
It's incredibly lush, beautiful. Little trail we would never have come here.
No.
This guy's giving up his time to show us his garden.
Sweet bananas, kava, grown in small clearings, carved from dense jungle.
For that, give him permit her to have a piece of ground to, just to
yes.
plant my cassava and yams. Black crab.
Do you eat that?
Yeah,
Wow.
have to go and wash it properly. And wash.
Okay, we'll wait here.
No, come.
Okay.
Let's look for this guy.
Come.
Are you
That's my garden. A new garden. I'm speaking with you.
Across there and sank to my bloody...
There you go.
But the mud crab is not like that.
No, yeah, they got to get the claws.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mud crab is differently, huh?
It's not even a good day.
You take the claw, huh? Yes, you have to take the body also
Yeah,
with these two, and then you have to like this, huh?
yeah.
Mud
yeah.
crab.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, yes.
So that
Stop him
this
to-
one I'm gonna.
Yeah,
do you kill it now?
Enough now.
carry him.
Finished.
Walk anywhere from 3 to 10 kilometers, depending on which garden they're tending that day. Every bunch of bananas, every sack of taro is carried back on their shoulders, rowed home and walked again along the path to the village.
But if you see, this one doesn't come out,
Yeah.
you don't plant it, huh? You see when it's coming out like this, you have to
I
take
see.
it. You
Okay.
take it out.
You did so you dig the root out.
You take out the roots out there
Yes.
and take a hole like this, simple tip, right? 45 centimeter tip,
Yep. Yep.
and then you dig it out, put it inside,
Yep.
and
okay.
then bury it
Yeah.
with the crown.
Okay. So you must have this shoot. Must have this.
Yeah,
That's what's saying it's ready
yeah.
to.
It's ready to
Transplant.
grow.
Fantastic.
Very good.
Fishing is the same, a canoe, a line and patience, paddling over the reef and back again with the day's catch.
Look at all the fish he's got.
small fish, not a big fish.
Good shot.
Yeah, that's we use for feed to put a bait on lines.
Jeez, that is good.
Well done.
Yeah,
Wow,
but it's a small one. It's
Just to start off with.
yeah.
wow. It's a life that relies completely on the land and sea, and one that takes effort every single day. We went for a beautiful walk yesterday in the bush with them, and today is the Vanuatu Independence Day, so they're all celebrating. We've made a focaccia bread for them, for their village, to celebrate. Sofran stopped by this morning. He showed us the stingray and all the fish that he's caught for the village for the celebration day. So we'll be cooking this and just taking it over to them so they can enjoy on their celebration day. Independence Day in Vanuatu is 30th July, a day of celebration across the islands. Later, one banana boat needed repairs, then another and another.
So the little local boat that's needs a repair has arrived. I'm going to go over and have a look. It's on the beach. It's got some epoxy and things, so we'll have a look, see what's involved, see if we can fix this boat for these people.
Adam and our friend spent the afternoon on the beach patching hulls with materials not easily replaced.
Holes here, some here, some here. Just use the Dremel to smooth it out. Another one under here, and we've just used this block of tackle off the painter and pulled it up on one of the mangroves. So just pulled it up the beach where we can do the repair work in the dry, and then as the high tide comes up, the boat will float off. So easy.
No one asked, no one demanded, but help was received with gratitude and with understanding that this day was about working together. What's happening, Adam?
So back at the boat, been trying to do a bit of work, but the word's got out about boat repairs and another one's just pulled into the bay. So they're out getting it up on the beach at the moment, so I need to go and help with that.
I'm laughing so hard right now because it's all they've done, Adam and Julian. Most of the day is fix one boat, the next one pulls up. It's like they've opened up a boat shed.
There he goes, look, Julian's off. There's Tinder.
Come on, boat number 2, they're waiting.
Dragging anchor now, I need to keep moving. Right.
Yeah.
We've got boat work to do, and it's not on our boat.
Yeah. Right.
Okay, I'll just go and see what bits are needed and I'll come back and get them.
There you go, with your handbag.
I'll take this just in case.
Handbag of boat supplies.
Oh boy.
What happened now?
So the first boat, we were going to finish the fiberglass mat tomorrow because it was at the other village, but it's just arrived. So I've got a work call in half an hour, but I need to do some fiberglassing work on the beach. So I need to go and get the scissors to cut the mat, some gloves, and get epoxy over and get that done quickly. Good.
And what's happening with the other boat?
Julian's working on it. He's fixing the leaks.
Are you guys running a workshop?
It's a voluntary thing. Day from yesterday's boat work, we had the Russian tsunami come through. Thankfully we didn't feel anything. Anyway, just got picked up by the locals and taken to the beach without any real explanation of what was happening, and then got there and then they explained to me that the boat I was on also had a hole in it and needed a repair. So we've got a tiny bit of resin left and a little bit of fiberglass mat. So a friend and I are about to meet on the boat and do some more fiberglass work. We just pulled the bungs out and the boat's full of water, it all drains out, so there's probably a hole on the outside as well. So that's boat number 3. It's quite nice to practice the fiberglass skills. Yeah, but they're such lovely people. And I just got a ride out to the boat in the canoe, in the outrigger dugout canoe. It's just beautiful. And I think he's agreed to take Vicky to the beach now in it. So she's currently trying to get out of that. But I think it's going to be a beautiful experience.
They have solar lights now. They have these things not because they're chasing modern life, but because it makes an already hard life a little easier. These are small changes that support tradition, not erase it, and tradition here is fiercely protected. We were welcomed without expectation, given more than we could ever repay, and trusted with glimpses into a life that works. We left with stories, but mostly we left with perspective. We'll carry this experience with us, not as something we saw, but something we were a part of, and something we're still learning from.